Good morning. Welcome to the Universalist Church, in which love is the spirit. We are glad you are here, whether you're here in the sanctuary today or anywhere in the world on our live stream. I am Linda Scacco, one of the members of your Board of Trustees here at Fern Street. If you're a visitor, we hope you'll sign one of the guest books at either entrance to the sanctuary or visit our webpage, westhartforduu.org, to learn more. There, you can use the contact page to get onto our electronic mailing list, which is the best way for us to stay connected. We look forward to helping you become part of the Universalist Church. We'll have fellowship through Zoom and fellowship in Fisk Hall after worship. If you need help finding your way to Fisk Hall, any member of the church will be happy to guide you. Just look for someone wearing a Universalist Church name tag. And our coffee hour today is sponsored by the Caring Meals team, and we're excited to see what they've brought for us today. You can find the link for Zoom fellowship in your weekly news or on our Breeze calendar. If you are not getting the weekly news, please do sign up for it on the website. And now, I invite you to take a moment to make your mobile phones silent, to turn off your email, and put away your keyboards, and settle in for worship.
Good morning. Did I wake you up? As we come together to light our chalice here in the sanctuary and with you in your homes, may this chalice remind us of the consistent blessings that our history brings to us. May we know that just as we build history in our day-to-day choices and lives, so too our ancestors did the same. Our ancestral women and our present women provide us with role models for how to share the robust lights of courageous choices and deliberate intentions in all our actions. As we celebrate today, Women's History Month, together, let us enter into worship filled with a sense of the holy and cherish it in our time together, just as our chalice lights and shines brightly among us. Our opening hymn is hymn number 158 in the gray hymnal. Please rise in body or in spirit in the sanctuary or wherever you may find yourselves. Our opening hymn, again, is 158, Praise the Source of Faith and Learning.
Praise the
covenant together. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to honor one another. Please be seated. Light is on, and so am I. Today's Time for All Ages is a little question and answer to find out how much you really know about women's history. Haha. So, the first question I have is, where and how did women's history get started? Anybody know? Way back. Where and how did Women's History Month get started? Month, sorry. Forgot that critical word. Okay. No, good answer, but not the right one. I'll use my workout person's response. She always asks a question at the beginning of our workout, and she'll always say, "Oh, that's a good answer, but it's not the one I'm looking for." Okay, so the right answer to that question is it began in California. It was a week only, and it began in 1978. That late. Yes, well, that's it. Okay, next question. What year and who in Congress introduced the National Women's History Week? Who in Congress introduced? You people should know this. No. No, it wasn't the woman from Connecticut. Not from California either. Hint. Big axe. Very good. Bella Abzug introduced it into Congress, and it was President Jimmy Carter who signed the proclamation. Bella introduced it in 1980, and Jimmy Carter was the person who signed a proclamation declaring March 2nd through 8th the week. Okay. What year did Women's History Month begin? So we've already started a timeline, sort of, if you're paying attention. Uh-huh. Pardon? You're guessing, it's okay. No, too late. Pardon? No, too late. Closer. Oh, good, very good, Ted. It was in 1987. Yeah. Okay, here's another one. What are the colors of the women's flag, women's history flag? What are their colors? There is a thing. I couldn't get it fast enough to hang them on the podiums. Purple is one. No. Yeah, that was a suffragist. That's correct. Purple, white, and yes, back there. What did you say? Pink, no. No, not yellow either. Green. Purple, green, and white. Now, next question. What do those colors stand for? No, green isn't for fertility. Good answer. Pardon? Not royalty, no. Good answer, too. Okay. Purple is for justice and dignity. Green is for hope. And white is for truth and purity. Okay, so one of the colors has just one item, and the other two have two each. Do you know when our history books in the classrooms started including women as equal and independent persons in their pages? Not yet. How true, but they tried back when. Just give me a decade, it'll work. No. No. They began playing around with letting us be in the pages in the 1960s, right towards the end when the feminist movement started. Okay? When and under what law did women get the right to vote in the United States?
White women or all women?
All the women here, women in the U.S. All women. All women was 1919, June 4th, 1919, but that's when they introduced it to Congress, and it didn't pass until August 18th the next year, 1920. So, 1920, the 19th Amendment. Constitutionally they were, but in their living situations they didn't. Yeah, the South was really bad there. Who was the first person, and actually the first woman, to win 2 Nobel Prizes? Madame Curie. Very good. Do you know what disciplines she was in? Physics and chemistry. Right. Just physics and chemistry. What woman invented the Wi-Fi? It wasn't Gore. It really was a woman. Hedy Lamarr. Did you know that she was also an actress? Okay, so she was a very interesting woman. What woman and in what year did she invent the coffee filter? No. This is another woman. Her name was Melita Bentz, and she created the coffee filter in 1908, but wasn't ever recognized for it, obviously. Obviously. And you'll still have a hard time finding that in any history book, by the way. What woman and in what year did she invent the windshield wipers? Mary Anderson in 1902. She saw somebody in New York stuck in the snow, and she decided to do something about it. And it took until 1922 for Cadillac. Now, they didn't acknowledge Mary Anderson, by the way, but it took until 1922 before they put windshield wipers on cars. Even Ford. Finally, who and in what year was the first African-American woman elected to Congress? Shirley Chisholm, what year? No. It was in the 60s. It was 1968, and she represented New York's 12th congressional district. And one last question. Who and in what year was the first Native American woman elected to Congress. Pretty close. Okay, her name was Mary Fallon, and she was elected to the House of Representatives in 2006. She began serving in January of 2007. So, women have been around for a little while, obviously, because we have all of us, right? So, I hope you enjoyed your little history lesson for a time for all ages this day. And now we will sing our children out. I also hope that you have taken a woman's history ornament, because they were in the entrance, and they're in the entrance over here. If you have someone at home that would enjoy a women's history ornament that you pick out for them, feel free to take them. That's what they're there for. The voluntary offering, the sharing of our resources for our shared work as a religious community, is a deep spiritual practice for us. It reminds us that we alone are responsible for the strength and effectiveness of our faith, for our own sake and for the sake of others who need what we can offer at this time. And it reminds us also that we have chosen freely and gladly to come together on this day and all the days we charmingly join together in this building, wherever in the building we do that. This month we share our offering with Equality Connecticut. Equality Connecticut aspires to advance the rights, health, history, and culture of the LGBTQIA+ community. Equality Connecticut comes to this work as an unapologetically queer grassroots organization rooted in social justice. They carry out their work by advocating for progressive change, celebrating the LGBTQIA+ community in this state, and supporting that same community throughout the entire state and doing collaboration between states. To give electronically, please use the QR codes on your order of service, the links in the description if you are viewing us live stream, or those on our website to make your donation to our offering. Here in the sanctuary, our offering will now be gracefully received. Please join me now, you can stay seated, for the responsive reading, which is number 524 in the gray hymnal. It's written by Starhawk. And Starhawk, if you're not familiar with her, was one of the women who began pagan rituals during the feminist movement in the 1960s and 70s. Earth Mother, Star Mother, please join me. We're all saying it together, my fault. Earth Mother, Star Mother, you who are called by 1,000 names, may all we are cells in your body and dance together. You are the grain and the loaf that sustains us each day. And as you are patient with our struggles to learn, so shall we be patient with ourselves and each other. We are radiant light and sacred dark, the balance. You are the embrace that heartens and the freedom beyond fear. Within you we are born. We grow, live, and die. You bring us around the circle to rebirth. Within us, you dance forever. Please join me now in singing our doxology. Please rise if you're willing and able. Be seated. Let us hold Cheryl L. in our prayers. She has spent the last week in Yukon Hospital. They are evaluating her and hoping to find what keeps causing her internal bleeding. Her scheduled surgery for this month has once again been postponed until the results of her evaluation are conclusive. Several of our church members are struggling with the results of dementia and aging issues. They have asked that we hold all of them in our hearts and thoughts. Outside our community, let us hold all those in our country and in the countries outside of us who have lost loved ones in this chosen war. Let us continue to focus on asking for a peaceful resolution in our thoughts and prayers and an end to war as any type of solution for unprovoked interrelational issues. Please join me now as we hold all our spoken prayers as well as those unspoken in our shared moments of silence. In our week ahead, may we acknowledge the women that have touched our lives and recognize that we all are always held and supported in our communities. Amen, and blessed be. Please join me now in singing Spirit of Life.
Our first reading is from To Bless the Space Between Us by John O'Donohue. In the parched deserts of post-modernity, a blessing can be like the discovery of a fresh well. It would be lovely if we could rediscover our power to bless one another. When a blessing is invoked, it changes the atmosphere. Some of the plenitude flows into our hearts from the invisible neighborhood of loving kindness. In the light and reverence of blessing, a person or situation becomes illuminated in a completely new way. May we all receive blessing upon blessing. Our second reading is from The Light We Carry by Michelle Obama. Someday we will look back at this time we are now in. We will view it from a different historical perch, a set of future circumstance that we can hardly imagine now. I wonder what we will make of this time. What will feel recognizable and will feel ancient? Which stories will get told? What changes will we have managed to make? What will we have forgotten? And what will we have enshrined? It can be difficult to talk about hopeful ideas, in part because next to everything that has made us fearful and sad in recent years, all the tangible and concrete ways we have suffered, these can feel like comparatively abstract concepts. But progress requires creativity and imagination. It always has. Ingenuity is born of boldness. We have to be able to envision what's possible, summoning it from the unknown, whatever does not yet exist, the sort of world we hope to live in order to even begin to actualize a plan to get there. So, what about going high? Can we still? Should we still? In the face of all that is grim and unrelenting and anguished and infuriating about the world we live in, does it even work? What I want to say, what I always want to remind you of is this. Going high is a commitment, not a particularly glamorous one, to keep moving forward. We need to embody it, pour ourselves into it, pour our frustration and hurt into it even. What I want to say then is stay vigorous and faithful, humble and empathetic. Tell the truth. Do your best by others. Keep perspective. Understand history and context.
Talk about women going by your side. What flashed in front of me during that song was Sister Faith, who was my Latin teacher for 4 years of high school, and Sister Daniel, who was my novitiate choral director, who made us memorize punctums all the time. Women who infect our lives with vigor and love. I begin my sharing with you this day by dating myself. And my wife said I should have begun by saying I was born in the dirt. And noting the year I was born with the following things that were in the headlines that year. The Women's Armed Services Integration Act was passed, allowing women to serve in the military for the first time. The first ever Miss America pageant was televised, showcasing women's beauty and talent. The United Nations established the Commission on the Status of Women, promoting gender equality globally. The publication of The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir challenged traditional views on women's roles and sparked feminist discourse, and some would say caused a real blip in the feminist movement. The first female member of U.S. Congress, Jeanette Rankin, spoke out against nuclear weapons, emphasizing women's voices in politics. And finally, that year, the National Organization for Women, known as NOW, was founded, advocating for women's rights and equality throughout the country. Why do I begin with all this information, you want to know? You had time for all ages, and now I'm spieling out all kinds of facts to you. Well, history, and especially women's history, has much to teach us and make us recognize about ourselves. In John O'Donohue's reading, he noted, "In the light and reverence of blessing, a person or a situation becomes illuminated in a completely new way." But isn't that what women do? They cause us to question, to feel, and to most often allow us the space to discover ourselves. We are given an illuminated pathway to experience life and love more fully. The women musicians today that have been celebrated in the music that our choir and Ted has put together are unique, and they offered their peers as well as the people around them new insights. So I want to give you some information about those women that appear in our order of worship, but very often are not talked about at all. So Marcel Germaine Tailleferre was a French composer and the only female member of the group of composers known as Ecce. As a young woman, she changed her last name from Tailleferre to Tailleferre to spite her father. Why? Because he refused to allow her to study music. She began studying piano with her mother at the age of 4 and did short works of her own. She studied at the Paris Conservatory. She won prizes in innumerable categories, and she continued to compose music until a few weeks before her death at 91. One could easily say her passion for music outlived her, since in 2023, the BBC radio broadcast 5 hours of biography and critique of her work. Isabella Leonardo lived from September 6, 1620 to February 25th, 1704. She's one of those ancient ones way back there. She was an Italian composer from Navarro, Italy in the Piedmont, and lived during what is known in music as the Baroque period. But at the age of 16, she entered the Collegio di Sant'Orsola, an Ursuline convent, where she stayed for the remainder of her life. So the song you heard right before my sermon is in Latin and composed in a convent. How appropriate. Leonardo is most renowned for the numerous compositions that she wrote during her time in that convent, making her one of the most productive female composers during that time period. Her compositions span a period of 60 years where she produced nearly 200 compositions. Diane Warren, whose song you will hear at the closing of our service today, is one of modern music's most celebrated songwriters. She penned 9 number 1 hits and 33 top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. Her distinguished catalog features beloved songs including Only Love Can Hurt Like This, Unbreak My Heart, If I Could Turn Back Time, and Rhythm of the Nights. She has received 15 Academy Award nominations, is a Grammy winner, an Emmy winner, and a 2-time Golden Globe winner. Beyoncé made her song famous, the song I Am Here, by singing it at the United Nations for World Humanity Day on August 19th, 2012. Diane wrote that song to commemorate the September 11th attacks on our nation. Her music speaks proudly about her as the most successful female-owned and operated business, Real Songs, in the music industry. Just in case you are thinking that this is getting really boring, Joy, and I wish you would stop talking about all this history and get to the meat of this sermon. It's coming. Relax. But I want to introduce you to a few more people, women in particular, who have opened pathways for us. One is Betty Reed Soskin, who died at 104 last December. She was born in Detroit. Her career obviously spanned a century. She was an East Bay activist in civil rights. She was a musician, and she was a pioneering businesswoman. But at the middle of her life to the end, she was a national park ranger. And she was at the Rosie Riveter World War II Homefront National Historic Park in the Bay Area. She and her family, when she was only about 4, moved to New Orleans. And she survived the Great Flood of 1927 there. And after the flood, she and her family moved to Oakland and were one of thousands of black families who moved west during the Great Migration. In 1945, she founded one of the first black-owned record stores in the Bay Area, Reed's Records, in Berkeley. And because of her love of music, so even though she was a park ranger, she was a musician on the side, which I didn't anticipate when I was doing research. But she wrote Your Hand in Mine about the civil rights activist Fannie Lou Hamer. And in 2018, that song and music was performed by the Oakland Symphony. Thus, Betty Soskin can very easily be called the woman that began multitasking in marvelous, marvelous ways. and she was highly successful at it. A woman writer that has amazed me, named Elena Favilli, and her illustrator former partner, Francesca Cavallo, joined forces and decided to ask for help to make their writing dream come true. They wanted to write a book about women for girls, so that girls could have a bedtime story about a woman for a change. So what they did was they began a crowdfunding call. And in that crowdfunding call, they raised over $1 million. And in the introduction, this is a whole series. So you can go to the library. This is my library book for this past month. You can go to the library and take out these books. The titles are Good Night Stories. This one is Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls. There's Good Night Stories for Immigrant Girls. There's Good Night Stories for Not So Good Girls. There are all these lovely titles. Anyway, in their introduction, they answered the question, why did you want to publish these books so badly? And Elena says, I'll let you know how much I appreciated the trust of the people who funded this project. This amount of trust is not something women get to experience very often. Most of the extraordinary women in these books never experience that kind of trust. No matter the importance of their discoveries, the audacity of their adventures, the width of their genius, they were constantly belittled, forgotten, and in some cases erased from history. So their series received backers for publication from more than 70 countries from around the world. The original book, this one is the original, was released in 2016, but they have done an update, which was released at the end of last year. And it includes 22 additional stories featuring Mary Earps, Indigenous rights activist Autumn Pelletier, filmmaker Greta Gerwig, actor Michelle Yeoh, climate activist Greta Thunberg, and many more. Today, this collaboration has resulted in a publishing house, and the results of the books are it has been translated in more than 50 languages and has sold more than 10 million copies, and it involves more than 80 illustrators in the writing of this book. So every story has the picture of a woman along with the story. And in the new edition, it has a timeline at the back going from before Christ to now. And they also have UPC codes so you can listen to audios about the woman from the woman if the woman is still living. As Michelle Obama said in our reading today, progress requires creativity and imagination. It always has. Ingenuity is born of boldness. We have to be able to envision what's possible, summoning it from the unknown. Whatever does not yet exist, the sort of world we hope to live in order to even begin to actualize a plan to get there. May all the women that you know, the woman sitting next to you in the pew, your grandmother, your great-grandmothers, your cousins, your sisters, your mothers, your aunts, your neighbors, the woman that said hello to you in the grocery store yesterday, or the woman that you walk alongside of in one of our marvelous parks. May all of those women give each of us the impetus to become more engaged, more inspired, more creative, and yes, more rebellious. May Women's History Month always challenge us to go higher than those who went before us and to acknowledge the blessings we have in each other. May it be so. Amen. Our closing hymn is hymn number 307, "The Human Touch Can Light the Flame." Let us speak together our unison benediction. Engage with the world in peace. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return to no person evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Honor all beings. Please be seated and remain for our postlude.
Check, check.
I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. No, there was something that meant something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I lived each day until I died, and I know that I meant something in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone I He